Well, finally finished doing my cut testing on this TS89 and D2, of course. And I'm quite concerned. Here I have it on my notepad, and it basically starts failing here at 1,015 cuts, which just doesn't make any sense to me. But, yeah, this is finally to the point where it finally has a thing that snags on it, so I finally have to call it. And yeah, I mean, you can see little tiny bits of wear and whatnot on there. But yeah, I mean, this is still a very, very usable edge. So yeah, I'm even more surprised than I was with the 14C28N that I tested earlier. And this is also after I've tested CJRB's D2 that got me, what was that, 300, 320? I should probably add this to 310 looks like that I got for that. And then 320 for the AR RPM 9. I should probably actually add this to my, well, I do actually have it on my spreadsheet along with all of my knives and whatnot, but I don't know if I have that shared. I might want to do that at some point. I don't know. I kind of use it for, collection purposes, making sure that I have all my information and everything. So, the next knife up that I want to take a look at is another really cheap one. It's this one right here. This is the Freytaiga FT11. I'm not sure if it's going to come out right before or right after, since I just repaired this thing and kind of filmed them at the same time. But I actually had the ceramic detent ball in this thing fall out just randomly. No, not even when I was really flicking it open. I just picked it up one day as it was sitting next to me, and the blade just flopped. And luckily, I was able to find the detent ball and kind of did a little video of, me playing around trying to put it back in. It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. But, hey, it's the first detent ball that's ever given me any problem on any knife ever. So, I guess that's not a bad track record. This thing's been doing okay since. Something that I will probably do, well, for one, if you're not familiar, this guy's in 14C28N rather than their D2, like most other Chinese knives, and some older Freytaigers. So I wanted to check out another company's 14C28N and see how that works. This guy's not too bad, but I will be removing this pocket clip before I start doing the cutting tests because, wow, this thing is actually fucking terrible. It's just a massive amount of hot spots in my hand. So it's not too bad with the pinch grip, but it's still there. So I'm just gonna take it off before I start doing it. So keep that in mind for my opinions on this knife and whatnot. But yeah, and I think at some point I do want to revisit TwoSun 14C28N. I think the next one that I want to do is this guy. This is the 268. So much higher in number, but yeah, I got a hold of them around the same time. Yeah, this is 14C28N. Hey, it's Wong Design too, so it's the same designer who's had the knife that did some crazy stuff. This one's neat. Not doing a full review or anything on it at the moment, but yeah, it's Orange G10, which TwoSun's been having kind of a fetish with recently, which I'm not super thrilled with, but it should be easy enough to dye if I really don't like it, because it's a bright enough color I can dye it something darker. But yeah, this guy's got a thumb stud on both sides, which makes it super easy to open that way, or a little spidey flick action. Excuse me. But he's also a front flipper that works out pretty darn good. It's a hell of a lot of fun to play with. But what I do like about it is it's got this crazy large choil up front. And I don't know necessarily if he designed it that way because he's got gigantic hands like me, or if he designs most of his knives to use with gloves. I don't know. Either way, I really appreciate it because I can actually use this choil without worrying that my finger's just going to get bitten up over there. But yeah, it seems super comfortable. And heck, even with the pinch grip, I have platform there, so it's not going to continue making more of this line callus that some other knives have caused me in the past year. And I really like the blade shape for trying to get in there. So yeah, that's going to be another one that I'd like to do soon. I don't know exactly when. I guess it kind of depends on how long this one takes to dull, and if anything else kind of suits my fancy in between time. But yeah, with both the results of 14C28N and D2 that I've gotten from TwoSun, I really do want to retest those with another couple of knives, just as a sanity check, because it really doesn't seem like they should be lasting anywhere near that long. And yet they did, both of them. And it's worrisome because, you know, I'm not like a TwoSun shell. I don't have any stake in the company. I just kind of like their knives. But yeah, I mean, it just kind of seems like, oh, well, you should get this knife. I mean, it's only $40, but it performed a hell of a lot better than whatever the hell else, and you know, super steel and whatever the heck. So yeah, I guess the other one that comes to mind that I should probably actually get down to doing. Let's see, he's over here in this drawer. Is the Spyderco Manix 2 and M4. Just because this is another super high performing steel, and I'd like to see how it goes as well. I mean, obviously, they're not going to be apples and oranges because this is much more of a super steel, so I do sharpen them at a 15-degree angle, whereas D2 and 14C28N, I usually do around 17 degrees, just because, you know, I'm a little bit more worried that they'll be easier to chip or warp. Mostly warp, but, you know, where it'll bend off to the side and whatnot. So, yeah, there's my apparent result for this TS89 is 1,015 cuts of this 3/8 of an inch twisted sisal rope on this here poly cutting board before it finally fails to nicely go through paper. Yep, I'm confused, and so yeah, I mean, in general, I would say, as well as me, as well as everybody else, take their results with a grain of salt. Obviously, coming from a software QA standpoint, I really do want to see these things reproduced to verify that it's there. But I'm also first going to do it with another couple of knives from the same company in those supposed steels, because I want to do that for a sanity check before I go back and see and resharpen these, and then see if they perform anywhere near the same, or if I'm just being super crazy in my my cutting application that I'd been doing for a couple of these. I don't think I've been doing anything different, but who knows? So yeah, that's basically all I got here for that. If y'all want to stick around, I'm filming this basically right before Halloween. That's why I got, you know, ooh, spooky nails, or at least, you know, a couple of them. This is much more bright and everything that I originally anticipated. Well, the other one, I mean, I generally don't do black on my nails, but this one seemed kind of interesting where it's black straight on, but it has red highlights outside of it. They're both ILNP. This one's called Deep End, which I guess makes sense because it's all mermaidish. Yeah, it's not my favorite by far. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it's not really my color. And this one's Eclipse, which I do actually kind of like the look for it. The refraction on it doesn't really show up on camera nearly as well as it does right in front of my face, but oh well, at least it looks good for me, and that's basically all I really do this for. So, all right, well, with that being said, cool. I appreciate y'all for watching, and have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, yo. Look forward to more cut testing.